Hey, welcome. All my right things. Thanks for tuning to your boy Pfunk Think Right in my YouTube classroom, doing what I do for you. Today we got an interesting conversation. I'm about to get into my Egyptian history, but before we get there, I want to talk about a few things that I like to get across first. Let's talk about spirituality. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message, message in the story. Spirituality, what is it? I say God. Is it mental? Have to be. This is why ignorant people will never get to God. He made it that way. Here we go. Let's start out with is it mental? The question is it mental? Yes, the spirit and consciousness of the spirit is being excuse me. The spirit and consciousness of the spirit, being conscious of the spirit is God. Godly. The whole concept of doing better, being better, that's God. What dwells inside us that gives us life, that's God. The spirit, the soul, whatever you want to call it, we go back and forth with that, but spirit is God. Love, God. Conceptually, anything that's good, divine, godly. Understand it. Here we go. Next one is, yes, we have to understand the spirit essence and the knowledge of self. Spiritual awakening. That's what it's all about. Once you wake up and consciously understand you possess God, God is in you, who you become powerful. That's what they say, knowledge is power. Having knowledge of self will make you powerful. Watch this. Yes, the spirit of God, the spirit is God, but if you don't understand it, you lack of knowledge, you're ignorant. That means you don't know. It just don't mean dumb. It just means you don't know. Lack of knowledge. And in the Bible, the boy Hosea said, "My people will be destroyed, enslaved, and used and abused through lack of knowledge." The Egyptians had it 5,000 years ago. If you don't know yourself, you will be enslaved, you will be taken over, you will be overrun, and you will be controlled. Sound familiar? The only way we can combat that is having knowledge and gaining knowledge of self. That's why I do what I do right here. Everybody's doing it. I ain't got any problem with that. I'm in competition, but my whole goal is to enlighten my people. So I don't have no enemies. No. I do what I do for you. Like I said, let's go. Yes, God has to be recognized in order for Him to matter, and that's mental. You have to consciously understand. People, I got God in me. Oh yeah, I'm God. It don't work that way. Here we go. Let's go. I'm about to go up, but I'm trying to stay on point. Here we go. Last one is yes, your spirit is immortal. The idea is to connect with your mind and the spirit so that you become in this consciousness immortal. So you know that the body won't go where the spirit is. But if the spirit is not waking up, it ain't going nowhere but to another body. Get it? I keep making that known because you have to be conscious of who you are. That's a big deal. Trust me, the Egyptian made that very clear. We about to get into that in a minute. But right now I'm doing the spirit because it comes from the Egyptian concept. Everything I do is based on the ancient Egyptians' concepts and views on how to live right. That's all I care about. That's all I want from the ancient Egyptians. Their concepts on how to live and get to God. That's all we need. I ain't gonna dress up in their clothes. I'm not gonna walk around. No, none of that is important to me. What's important is how I can live their concepts now. That's what I'm trying to bring it to you this way. Not sitting here, ground up. I'm an African. I'm an Egyptian in my mind. I don't have to wear the Egyptian clothes. I do what I do. I'm a sweatsuit sage. That's my thing. Here we go. I like to be comfortable when I'm working. Right now, I'm at work. So you see me with this on, you know I'm working. If you see me any other way, oh, I ain't working. Understand that. Let's go. Second one is life a spiritual thing? How about the cuss? Yes. I'm the spiritual man. Trust me. My whole life is based on spirituality and conceptualizing. When you put those two together, you got something that you can work with. You can plan, you can conceptualize, you can manifest, you can make things happen for yourself. That's what's important. Here we go. Life is spiritual. Living it the right way is mental. Discipline. Spiritual and mental discipline is what I advocate. You know, I came out the box with my mission statement, and it says mental and spiritual discipline will help you reach your appointed goal, spiritual awakening. Ain't nothing changed. It's the same thing. I'm gonna dress it up. I'm gonna put it on, but it's gonna be the same message. It's gonna be dressed up a little different. It's gonna be came from a different perspective, a different angle most of the time, but it's always the same message. I hope you're getting it. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. The second one. Life is a spiritual journey that you have to figure out for yourself. I'm just trying to help you out because I did my homework, I did my due diligence, and guess what I found out? Truth and answers to the questions that I have for myself. So I'm gonna reveal them to you. If you got the same question, I'm gonna answer it because I had them. Who am I? What's going on? I want to be God. I want to live forever, not on earth, in spiritual and conceptual understanding. When this body runs out that I'm encaged in, my spirit will go back to its maker. That's man's appointed goal. That's the whole purpose of us born into the world. You don't make it, you don't create it, but once you're here, you become a player. A player in what? The game called life. Life is a game that you have to compete in order to get where you want to go, to survive. And spiritual enlightenment is the way to go. Why? Because it gives you stability, it gives you understanding, it gives you purpose and reason for doing whatever it is you're doing. I do it every day. It's a beautiful thing. Once you master it, it becomes a way of life. Like I said, I don't do the religion thing. I don't do the preaching thing. No, I do the real thing. Life. Let's go. Life. Let me see. Life from birth into the world. You become a player in a game called life. You can't get around it. Like my man said, the only way you can avoid death is not being born. You're gonna die. But if you got life, you got spirit, you got God. All you gotta do is figure it out. That's the name of the game. Of life. Figuring out who you are. I did it. So I'm here to share it. I'm here to expel. Anybody who want this, take it, take it, take it. Like Oprah, you get a car, you get a car, you get enlightenment, you get knowledge of self. Anybody who come here, that's what I'm trying to give you. That's all I got for you. That's it. Okay. Excuse me. Here we go. Life is God's gift to you. Living it righteously is your gift back to Him. I figured that part out. Years ago, I always liked the phrase. Didn't know what it meant, but it sounded good. Again, when you are ignorant, when you're thinking wrong, and you got all these, it's amazing how you can be so wrong. But if you get knowledge of self, if you get understanding, and you get true knowledge, then you got something. Just having an opinion about stuff that you learn about don't mean jack. Most of us run around here a bunch of ideas and opinions that just because it's theirs, they think somebody got to follow it or subscribe to it. My idea of not agreeing with you is I don't subscribe to your theory. I'm going to listen, I'm going to be respectful. But if it ain't I don't subscribe to that nonsense. You can't sway me with because you know, I got a conduct. Yeah, your opinion don't mean nothing to me. You're giving me useless information is a waste of my time. How you feel about that? I'm gonna tell you, look, you just gave me a bunch of useless information. If it's not nothing that's gonna help me or benefit me, keep it to yourself. I don't have a problem with it. And if you give it to me and I'm gonna tell you, man, that's useless information. I don't subscribe to that. That's okay. You might not subscribe to what I'm doing. That's fine too. But I know what I'm doing. I'm doing what I do for those who want it. Let's go. Sorry about that. Boy on fire today. I'm amped, so I gotta calm myself down. All right. Let's go. Life and spirituality go hand in hand because you have to have both to get to the land, the motherland, the paradise, whatever you want to call it, however you view what the afterlife is. The Egyptians had a concept for it. They lived it, they understood it, and we took it as, they just obsessed with death. No, they knew death was imminent. We the only fools. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Death is imminent, but you don't want it. Don't make no sense. Get a grip, understand it for what it is, and move on. But if you ain't spiritually awakened, you scared to die. That's how you can tell. My man, do what you got to do. It's all good. That's the difference. Knowledge of self gives you that confidence, gives you that, the attitude. I got to catch up. I'm running behind. Are we spiritual beings? Yes. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. We are human beings because we're born in time and space. But the spirit that's in us don't have no concept of that. It's just going along with the flow. And once you get it to work for you and use it for its intended, you'll be better off. Yes, spirit is living source. Your spirit is high knowledge of self. Once you get understanding of it, you can sail. Yes, God is spirit. So God is pure. Spirit, we are God's inspiration. We're human beings having a spiritual being having a human experience because we are encased in the body. When the spirit has a body, it can do what it needs to do. But if the body don't wake it up, that awakening, that nihas, it's just gonna keep going around and around. The Boris. It's okay. The buffering. You got a computer. We know buffering. Okay, that's what that is. Waste your time in life. You're just buffering. Okay, hope you can understand that concept. Yes, nature is God. Everything with life is God. Everything that has life is of God. He made everything. Simple. End of discussion. Yes, your spirit is the feeling of being alive. That's God. When the body no longer can function with the spirit, it's going to leave. The body going to go to rest and decompose and whatever. But the spirit will continue to go on. Don't forget about that. If you know you live and your spirit live on, and you weren't waking up, it's going to be mad at you. Mine love me. Why? Because I woke him up. He's doing what he do right now. His thing. Let me do what I think. Here we go. Is spirituality a good way of life? It should be the only way of life. That's what the Egyptians lived, a spiritual lifestyle. Yes, spirituality is what religions are based on, getting closer to God. Yes, living a spiritual life, always good thing. Religions, all of them profess good living, righteous living. Yes, you live Maya, right thoughts philosophy. That'll get you where you need to go because it's a daily routine, a way of life. It ain't once a week, no, it's all the time. You live Maya 24/7, 365, like we do in the Black History Month, the little short month of February. Stop worrying about the short month. Live it in your own life. You ain't gonna worry about everybody celebrating. You do it for yourself. I've been doing it for years. It works. Trust me. Yes, if you live, if the spirit of God within you become alive, you become enlightened. Once God is waking up inside you, once you become conscious of Him, you become a superhuman being, a godly human being. That's what it's all about. No matter how you slice it, how you dress it up, it's all the same thing. Like I said, you can dress the same concept up many different ways. Don't you get dressed different outfits? I got different color hoodies, different hats. So yeah, different concepts, different views. It works. Trust me. Yes, a spiritual person is a godly person because God is the spirit. Wake it up. Here we go. The last step. How can I live a spiritual life? Tune into me and do what I tell you to do. Follow right thoughts, philosophy, become a master of yourself. That's how you live a spiritual life. Here we go. You can follow religion of your choice. Islamic, Judaism, Christianity, don't make a difference, but follow it, do it, live it, manifest it, make it yours. Just being part of something don't mean nothing. Okay, claiming something ain't nothing. Doing it makes a difference. Implement it, manifest it, make it happen. So now you know what you can actually do for you. Next one is you can find a master like myself to teach you. Tune in. I got you. That's why I do it daily. And then, well, catch me next week. You need this every day. You need to be enforced every day. Thinking, living, and being is the way of life. If you adopt this concept, you ain't got to be religious. You ain't got to be, no. You can just be a good person, live, do, and be on the right level, the right understanding, the right knowledge, right thoughts will get you through any situation in life. If you think through it and you act accordingly, you will be fine. And if you're doing the right thing, any other situation you confront with ain't your fault. So it's an adversity. It ain't a fetter. A fetter is self-imposed problem. Adversity is stuff that's going to happen anyway. Trust me. In life, full of adversities you can get through. That's why I say I can think and work my way through. When the situation happen, I calm myself down, still myself, think through it, work through it. Even when I was wrong, it worked then. So I know it works when it's good. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It could work either this way or that way. But you're responsible for how you use it. If you got a gun, I carried a gun for years. Why? Just to protect myself, not to go rob nobody, take it, no, but just to keep that guy who, cause he got one thing, he can do something to me. No, I got one too. Okay, fair exchange is no robbery. You do fair, I do fair. You stay over there, I stay over here. You take care of you, I take care of me. That's the way of life. Spiritual, physical, harmonious, don't make a difference. You gotta live for yourself, but you gotta protect yourself, okay? Man got the right to be on top when situations come down. Here we go. Heavy last ones. You can practice right thoughts, way of life, and become a better you. That's one way to do it. You will have to change your life in order to live right thoughts philosophy. Why? Because if you ain't living it now, you got to change in order to live it. You have to make a change. Ask my wife, baby, I change. Yeah, you have to change. You can't do the same thing and say, I change. You can't profess change or say you change and still do the same thing. Change means change. If you know me, it is a change in that, brother. I know. The way I talk, the way I walk, the way I act, that's change. Different. I call it God. You should get with him. He's the best one to ride with. Trust me. Spiritual awakening is the way to go. Right thoughts, right isms, rules to live by. That's what I do. Give them, I live them.